Hey, what up? It's your boy D-Code. Hey, before we get ready to get into this podcast, I want to say thank you to everyone that was able to make it out and help participate in the first ever podcast or table talk, whatever you want to call it, that we've done. And also, shout out to the Tarwater family for letting us use their home. We got upgraded from the garage to the kitchen table, so that was definitely awesome as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Get to the shit then. All right, okay. But AFC, you got Baltimore as the upset.
Yeah.
I can see Baltimore win.
I hope Baltimore wins.
Yeah.
I hope Baltimore wins.
I'm with Jeremy.
I hate Baltimore.
I'd rather see somebody
hate
other than
Baltimore.
Cincinnati.
But I'll tell you
Let's
what.
get into it. Yeah, let's get into
Hang
it.
on, I got two more
I
pieces
hate
left.
Burrow more than I hate
I
Baltimore.
was about to talk about this, about the place to play, but shit, we're talking about the team. Yeah, shit.
All right.
All right.
Here's my logic. Baltimore will win, and here's why. Harbaugh does not lose twice without putting up a fight. And the only thing Baltimore has going for them is the rushing offense, which they got a pretty darn good one, right? They got a really good tight end, and they've got a defense. Every year they show up with a defense. You know that, Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You know that for sure.
Yep. Every year.
They just played them. They just lost to them. You're telling me that they can't come up with a plan of how to slow them down.
Harbaugh, man.
Guaranteed.
Yeah,
Guaranteed. I know this because they did it to the Chiefs. I know this because they did two high safeties.
They will play too high.
And they shut us down. And they slowed us down. I know Mixon's good. I think he's great.
But aren't you going to stack the
But that's
box?
what made Tomlin
right?
such
You're
a good
going
coach.
to stack the
Harbaugh
box, right?
twice a season,
For what?
twice a
For
year,
Mixon?
every
Yeah.
season.
No, for Baltimore,
Against Baltimore?
against Baltimore, you're going to make that kid beat you in the air.
Yes.
If you can do it, great. You deserve to win. Otherwise, we're going to, defend the run, and you guys aren't going to do it. We're going to stack the box.
To me, Cincy's like they run me of the offense anyway, complete, because you got T. Higg, you got Jamar Chase. I like Mixon at the backfield. So at the skill positions, they're nice.
You play a deep safety though, you're going to screw them.
You could.
I
Yeah.
just
You
don't
play
know
twin
if they're going to
safety.
score
You
enough
play
points.
twin safeties.
Yeah, you'll screw them because if you cover the field, they're
We played. Pittsburgh played twin safeties against them in the first game of the season when we beat them. So
I think you're going to have to score more than 24 points. Can Baltimore do that?
I don't think you do, man.
you shut them down. You don't
I
have
don't
to.
think you do.
You think so?
Let me pull up Baltimore's losses this year. I looked at this the other day. So, began the season against the Steelers, 23-20. They didn't put up 23, right? Put up 20. 17-20 to the Cowboys. It's not a lot of points. And I know Joe Burrow was starting to get going. He did the same thing last year. You're right. I know that. 19-17. Ravens beat them the first
Okay,
time.
let me ask you a question.
19-17.
I'm with you. Let me ask you a question, though. That's with Lamar. I understand you're talking defense and everything like that, but Lamar's going to shift the field position. He's going to get down and punt, and maybe there's certain drives at the 10-yard line or whatever. Are they going to be able to move the ball with this other guy to where Baltimore's not getting the ball to half at the 50-yard line every single possession?
No, but what I'm telling you is they don't have to. Then they lost to the Browns, 32-13. All their losses are under 20 points, and it's because they got shut down. And if there's one team in this right now, I mean, of course, the San Francisco 49ers have
Right,
the
they're-
best defense. Everybody knows that. But there's not a lot of teams that can just shut you down.
Yeah.
And I really think that the Baltimore Ravens, on their best day, can shut anybody down. And that's about the only thing they have going for them besides a running back.
Is
Yeah.
defense.
So
It's the D.
that's why I picked them.
Ravens
Could they
defense
come out
always
and blow them
been
out?
stellar.
Sure, but
Wait.
I just don't see it. I really think that this is going to be
They're gonna slow it down.
a slow
I agree with
grind,
that.
like the Steelers and Ravens are every time they play.
Well,
It's a slow
Is this
grind
kid's
defense.
first
Yeah.
playoff game? This is this kid's first playoff game, obviously.
Yeah,
Right? Burrow seems like he's Joe Cool, right? And pressure's not going to get to him. I don't know. If I'm a betting
You
guy,
get Burrow out of the pocket, man. The only person you got to go to is Higgins because Chase is. I mean,
Chase is already down the field 40 yards.
of course I want Baltimore to win because I'm more scared of Cincy against us.
it was a little tiny.
But I just think if I'm putting any money on this, I have to go with Cincy. I mean,
If you're betting straight up, sure.
So here's
What's
your
the,
Vegas
what's
line.
the spread on it?
8.5 right now.
Are
Cincy.
they?
That's a lot. I mean,
And that includes Baltimore at home, right?
No, Cincy's
No,
home.
it's Cincy at home.
Cincy home.
So 3 of those points are home field advantage. So I mean, they're basically saying that this is a 4.5, 5 point spread. So I mean, you normally wouldn't see Cincinnati with that high power of an offense against a backup quarterback. Today, this wasn't before when they thought Lamar was playing. This is today.
Yeah, that was our
You wouldn't
first
see
round.
that if a lot of people didn't go, hold on.
right.
There's not a lot of defenses out there that can shut Cincy down, but one that's going to hit you in the mouth is probably the one. That's why I think Baltimore has a shot.
Well, that-
and I am pulling for them, for the Chiefs' sake.
That whole conference seems like they play a lot of defense.
Oh yeah.
But whenever they match up and they tangle with each other, it's always a defensive,
A little low
style.
scoring.
Yeah, low scoring.
games.
Gonna have some crazy hits.
Oh,
Because someone's gonna get lit
our
up.
whole conference is
That
deep.
division
I mean,
is tough,
they're a
and they
tough
beat up on
conference.
each other, and I think that bleeds over and wreaks havoc on the rest of the divisions or whatever. But I think that game, obviously, with the backup quarterback, you look at another game that has a backup quarterback. That one's going to be the closest game, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think
compared
it's the
to-
same story for Miami.
No,
Not even close.
Oh
Man,
God.
that's
But that's not a backup quarterback. That's a third string quarterback.
as he
Yeah.
started a game.
That's not a quarterback.
He started.
he
last
started
week.
last week and they snuck into the playoffs because they won what 96, something like that. It was not.
Yeah, field goal.
It was all field goals.
Yeah, all field goals. So
Against
they
the Jets,
snuck in.
who-
That's all
the
it was.
Jets who started Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I think that's all anybody
Put
should
Put
do,
Joe
right?
Flacco into the Steelers state. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, let's be
That's
fair. Let's be fair to
amazing.
them. Let's be fair to them.
God damn.
If Tua is playing, I mean, do
It's
they have
close.
much of a chance?
It's closer.
It is closer
Well,
because they've already
beat them.
played.
They beat them once.
They did, and then they lost. But that
Beat 'em
loss
at
was
home?
really close.
Beat him in Miami?
Yes.
Okay, that's a totally different ballgame, right?
That is.
So,
Miami's home.
I mean,
But Miami was taking them down to the wire in that snow game that never happened until like 4 minutes left.
Right.
But as soon as the first snowflake fell, like
Was
something
that-
out of a movie,
Was that Thanksgiving?
they just fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I out of all the teams on
That's
here,
Christmas
it
game.
really feels like Miami is just
Yeah, they're
you
dead.
know, really in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I would not.
but
want
hey,
to-
anything's. I mean, something can happen on the first play that could. I mean,
it's
right?
going to take the Miami miracle, like
Right.
Well, I'm
5
saying
times.
injuries or whatever could throw this whole thing upside
That-
down. But
I mean, that's your guaranteed loss on the AFC.
Right.
I don't
That's
think-
almost your guaranteed.
I don't think
And
Miami's.
I think the spread says so too because
They're
13.5,
Yeah.
I think might be the largest spread that's ever been
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
in a
I don't think
tournament.
Miami's defense can even hold
Their
it.
defense
Like
can-
at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
They're not going to hold
And
anything.
you're going against Josh Allen
Yeah.
in Buffalo.
I think they
In Buffalo.
In
I
Buffalo.
think they sit Josh
That's-
Allen. I think at some point, I wish there was a prop bet for it. Josh Allen sits the bench at some point in this game. My opinion.
Oh yeah, because
I think
he's
that-
still the shoulder deals.
By the second
Still bothering
half.
me.
Well, he-
By
and
the second half, I think.
And he had an ankle deal the other night too. He got
Yeah, he
that-
got
that
landed
game-
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got landed on and he twisted his ankle a little bit.
So are we just running through the AFC now?
We're going to AFC, straight AFC.
All right.
So then, okay, now we got now we got Jacksonville and Chargers.
I like that game a lot.
It's a sexy.
They said it's the
It's a
best
good one.
game.
It's a
They
good
said
one.
it's the most evenly matched game there's going to be.
1.5 to spread on Vegas for the Chargers.
I think Jacksonville's got it.
I think Herbert goes
Jacksonville
off.
too.
I think Herbert
I
goes
think
off.
Herbert. I
Think
I
Herbert's
to
gonna
look
go off?
at- I like to look at the spread that we look at for Vegas. I like to look at ESPN's power ranking. I
Right.
like to look at both of those, points per game, points given, all that good stuff. But when you look at it, this is one of those crazy anomalies where Jacksonville is actually a 68 or 70% chance based on the power ranking to win.
To win.
But Vegas has them minus
1.5.
1.5.
Right. And they're at home.
So you're like, where does that come from?
Yeah.
Right.
I think Herbert, in my opinion, is like top 3, top 4 quarterbacks in the whole league.
Oh, he's a stud.
Top
His
five.
ceiling-
Top five.
His
High
ceiling
receiver.
is,
Yeah.
is just
Yeah,
so much
he-
higher. I
Well,
think.
look when he ran into Kansas City. What was it, last year? Came in new quarterback and
I'd put him. I'd
ball.
put him at
he
4.
put in some
Ball.
damn
I'd put
work.
him at 4.
Yeah,
And he hadn't had his receivers all year.
that's the deal.
I
I
mean,
think.
they've been hurt.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's been out.
Keenan Allen's been out.
Yeah.
Williams, I forget the other Williams cat's name, but he's been in and out the lineup. So
His,
Yeah.
his potential to me is just
Oh yeah, he's
head,
a
head and shoulders above Lawrence.
yeah.
for sure.
He's a stud.
And Lawrence is a good talent. It's just you can just see it him winning multiple playoff games.
Yeah.
I like Dougie P though. I do like Doug Peterson.
What about Doug Peterson do you like?
It's something about that okay. It's something about it.
He likes how long his name is on the back of his jersey, I guess.
I mean, you look at him, he ain't got that hair flowing out there.
He's not scared to call that Philly
Florida.
special.
He's Florida. He usually has some kind of game plan, and he's going to let Sunshine go out there and do his thing. Now, Chargers have defense.
Yeah.
They've got a defense, so I don't know how much
On
it's going to
paper,
be.
they do.
As Chiefs
On
fans,
paper, they do.
we're rooting for Jacksonville,
I'm
right?
rooting-
I mean, here's the thing, though. The Chargers went out and they got a defensive end, right? They got the safety
Yeah.
from the Patriots, big name, Jackson,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
They got the other safety,
Yeah.
that's a monster. Can't remember his name now, but
Then you had was it Bosa?
yeah, Joey, Nick's
Bosa.
brother.
Yep.
Derwin
I
James.
mean,
Derwin
Derwin
James.
James. That's
Yeah.
So, like on paper, you look at them and they should be really stacked, but they've allowed a lot of points, and they let a lot of people score a lot of points. In Jacksonville, whenever they play a defense that's not very good, they actually put up a lot of points. I heard a take today that was talking about Travis Etienne.
Yep.
That this isn't about the quarterbacks. That this is going to be about the running backs. And I'll tell you, the one person that they didn't mention was Austin Eckler.
Eckler.
Yeah,
Eckler's
Eckler's
good.
nice.
I did
Yeah.
not mention.
He's a
Right.
monster.
He's awesome.
I know.
Here's another thing. Just divisions are like night and day, right? I mean, Chargers just playing a better division. Throughout the year, I think they're more prepared to take on a Jacksonville team. Yeah, they won the division. I can't remember what the record is. They happen to get the home game. I think Chargers win this easily. I mean, to be honest with you.
Okay, so that puts a lot of us with either Jacksonville. So let's fast forward it to who's your Arrowhead Invitational. Who do we got for the AFC Championship?
Chargers. Oh, for the championship?
Yeah, just give me AFC Championship.
Cincy.
Oh, we're getting all the way to the championship already.
Hold on, bro.
Right off the bat.
We'll all be all over the place.
Hey,
Dang,
I didn't even
man.
get a pin.
Oh shit.
Slow
Dang.
roll.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's go to the next round. Let's go next round because it's gonna hit
Yeah,
up
because I got to
looking-
figure out who we playing based on the offense.
I think we're playing
it's-
I
Jacksonville.
mean, you play the low seed.
Right, but
the low
I mean, like,
seed,
let's.
so
Who's everybody?
if you're calling out Baltimore,
Yeah, I wanna
Well,
try
it's the same deal.
something
We
real
played
quick.
Jacksonville, and it wasn't quite the blowout that they thought it was going to be.
All right, I want to try something real quick, and just to see if it lines up with what is happening here. So, on each of these teams, you've obviously got a quarterback, a wide receiver, tight end,
yeah,
Right.
receiver core. You've got a running back room because a lot of them have several. I'm going to skip offensive, defensive line, even though, I mean, you got to have decent ones to get here. But one that we didn't talk about was venue.
Yeah, venue.
I think venue's a really important thing, and then just like the intangibles. So when you're looking at Jacksonville and the Chargers, which of those quarterbacks do we think is the better
Herbert,
quarterback?
hands down.
Herbert.
So agreed, Herbert.
Oh yeah,
Wide receiver core between the two of those two teams.
Was Williams, Allen?
Keenan's
If
Williams is out.
Is
is he out?
Yeah.
Keenan's in there.
So you figure
Keenan
Keenan
Allen's
Allen
there.
can carry. Eckler can help.
Keep going.
Eckler is like
Eckler's kind of
Yeah.
but he's in the running back room, so you can't
Right.
really. I mean, he is a receiver though.
Who's your other third receiver then?
Is it
Palmer, Joshua Palmer, I think is one of
Yeah.
them.
Palmer?
And then there's another dude who was backing up because the whole season Chargers didn't have.
They
a
didn't have
receiver,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they were still winning some games.
Right.
On the Jacksonville side though, they've got the dude they paid all that money to, Christian Kirk.
Yep.
Paid him a ton of money. Is Marvin Jones down there still?
Christian
I
Kirk
think
showed
Kirk's
up for
about-
that Titans game.
I think Kirk's about the only
He's
thing the only weapon you have to worry about is Christian Kirk.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, Jacksonville.
Shut
That's
down
why
Kirk.
I'm going Chargers.
Yeah,
I
you
really
shut down
don't.
Kirk and they're.
So wide receivers. Do we think Chargers or the Jaguars?
I say the Chargers.
Chargers healthy.
I'm gonna
I say the
yeah.
Chargers backups
Healthy.
are better
if
than
they're, if
Jacksonville.
they're healthy, I would.
Well,
I'd
Mike
go
Williams isn't, but he hasn't been.
I do.
Yeah, but if you had,
I
I mean,
like
I know
Keenan
you're
Allen.
supposed to put Eckler under the running back, but he's also a great receiver. So if you add him into the receiver part, then definitely
Right.
the Chargers.
kind of like that boy from the 49ers.
And then when you're
Where
looking
you
at
can
running
move him
backs,
wherever.
Yeah.
when you're looking at running backs,
Yeah.
you've got
Dude.
Travis Etienne Jr.
Third.
J-Mac?
Yeah.
Dang, that
and
dude's
you've got
salty.
Smith.
He's good.
Eckler's.
You got Eckler versus Etienne. Who wins that?
I'll go
Eckler's
Eckler.
better.
Eckler?
I mean, Eckler is better.
I mean, we're stacking up all the checks here on the.
God,
Well,
Dude, on the Chargers.
and
And
Eckler's
then-
been in the playoffs.
And then let's
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about venue because it's at the
Jacksonville.
Jaguars,
Yeah.
which is an outdoor venue.
Yeah.
So you know what you might get.
Yeah, but it's gonna be
Maybe a
nice.
coin flip there.
Right.
Yeah, it's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be real nice.
Yeah. It'll be nice.
It's
So-
going to be 75 and sunny.
And then the last thing, just
Yeah.
the last thing that I put on here was just like intangibles. Why are they motivated to win? You know what I mean? Jacksonville's really hasn't been there for a while. I would say they're pretty. They don't have a whole lot to lose.
They got a lot to prove, though.
I can't tell you who
Yeah.
the
They're-
Chargers coach is. Like to help motivate. You know, when you're talking about
Brandon
intangibles.
Staley,
Staley.
But I do know Dougie's been there.
Doug has been there.
He's been there, so he'll know how to motivate them. Now, I couldn't tell you anything else about, I don't think either one of them has really the home field advantage. Jacksonville, I mean, it's fine, but you could get sunny 75, you could get rain.
If there was a
60.
bit of a weather difference,
Right.
maybe. But
LA
They're
it's
both
going
on-
to be
they're
just
both on
like
a winning
LA.
streak,
Right, they're both
Yeah.
on a streak
They're both
coming in.
streaking.
Yeah, they're both streaking. They're both on a winning streak
So-
of, I don't remember how
So
many.
to me, that's why I would take the Chargers. I mean, I think that the last couple are kind of a coin flip as far as where they're playing, and then what the reason is that they've got to be motivated to win. My opinion.
So let's
And
go as a
they're
group. As a group, we'll say Chargers.
We're going Chargers.
As a group, we'll say Chargers just so we
All right, we'll say
We'll just say
Okay.
Chargers.
Cool.
Even if we want Jacksonville.
I'm wanting Jacksonville.
We'll
Wanting
say
Jacksonville
Chargers.
bad.
So the next one's where it gets a little bit funky because, just as I told you, I think
Yeah.
Baltimore's got a shot, but it's not because a lot of
Right.
these numbers we're going to look at because it's obvious that their quarterback's better.
It's not on the sheet.
Yeah.
Stuff that's not on the sheet
Yeah.
is what's going to get Baltimore.
It's obvious that their wide receiver's better, right?
right.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Running back room.
Mixon's good. I don't
They
know.
got Mixon, P. Ryan.
Yeah. Go ahead, Oklahoma fan.
Yeah.
Tell us about
I like it. I
This
couldn't
is
even
just
tell
me.
you
I
who.
would say both. I think that they've got a pretty good running back room in Baltimore too. But that's because
They have to
goal
win.
line. Yeah, they got to.
They
yeah.
have because Jackson's been gone.
Yeah.
Do you count Lamar Jackson as a running back? As part of that running room? Well, I know
You
that's
would have.
Yeah.
You would have.
have
For
to.
sure.
Yeah, because you have to count for his nuggets, but he's not there. So
The one thing I didn't bring up in Jacksonville and the Chargers is their defense, but I think that one comes into play here. So I think the Baltimore's defense is that much.
They got a tough defense.
Cincinnati's
can't-
got to go over the
since-
top.
Cincinnati's got a great defense too, but
Do you feel
I
like
like
it's more
Cincinnati's
linebackers and
secondary.
defensive? That's what I was going to say.
I would
the
say their secondary is better than
Secondary
Cincinnati,
is
but
lights out.
Baltimore's line's
Which-
tough.
Rumor alert! I heard we're talking to Jesse
Bates.
Bates.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you know that or not.
I heard it.
what do they call that? The future, whatever it's called, the thing they're
Yeah,
starting right now.
future like an opportunity. to
Yeah,
talk to him
I was
or
like, where did this come from?
Yeah, heard that too.
Okay.
All right, so coaches, Zach Taylor's took him to the Super Bowl last year.
Right.
He's solid.
But Harbaugh's proven.
Harbaugh's proven though.
Proven to lose in the playoffs too. I mean, he went to the Super Bowl.
This may be their year, though.
He has a
He's
Super
won-
Bowl,
yeah,
doesn't he?
he's got-
No.
He's got one.
He's got one.
Can we get past the quarterback comparison though?
I
That's
don't-
the big thing. Is
I
that
don't
can
think
you even,
there's
you
any
can give every
chance.
other check marks to Baltimore, but is
Yeah.
it that one big one? Is
I don't think there's
huge.
any chance Baltimore beats Cincinnati.
None.
I like
I
Cincy.
don't
Like Cincy.
Only reason why I say, and part of me says
I like
that
Cincy.
too, because I do want to see the rematch. I do want to see Buffalo Cincy play it out.
And I
Because
think
they didn't get a
Cincy
chance
would have
to.
won the game the other
Oh,
night.
they were rolling.
Yeah.
They were rolling.
One thing I will say, Cincinnati's
of course
right.
you Chiefs fans want to see Baltimore.
Well, yeah, we
Buffalo Cincinnati.
Right, Mahomes, Mahomes can't beat Burrows. I mean, he hasn't beaten Burrows.
Well, we were up how big in the second half last year at halftime? It was up 2 scores.
Yeah.
20,
I mean,
And then they
Look
went
what
in
happened.
and Bieniemy and Pat Mahomes had some
They got-
crazy
they had a tussle.
tiff, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
the rest is obviously history. But
I know, I get it.
I'm not gonna move away from my pick of Baltimore.
I got
You
I think-
still
But
in
it-
Baltimore.
But it's because of some of these
No.
intangibles.
I think Baltimore's line's going to
Baltimore's
just
an
blow them up.
Well, I was gonna say is that Cincinnati's right line is hurt.
Yeah.
The right side of their line
Yeah.
is hurt. Now, granted, he's a right-handed quarterback. He's going to see him. I still think there's something there, and that's part of the reason why Cincy had a hard time last year in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's
Again,
because
I'll
of
go back to
the
Mike's
line.
point. You stack the box and make the kid throw at
So-
you, and if he can do it, great. I just don't think he can do it.
So here's what I'm thinking.
from Baltimore.
If we're going straight up head to head, I would probably say Cincy. But with the line at 8.5, I would probably lean
I would
Baltimore.
I would too.
If I'm betting money.
That's a lot.
Betting
So as
money,
a group,
betting
who we
money is
going with?
different.
Yeah.
Bet money
I
is
thought we were
I-
just going
you're not
straight
gonna
up.
get the
I'm
group
thinking
to
As a
agree.
group,
I'd
who
go
we going?
Baltimore.
All right, who's
It sounds like the majority is saying Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
It
Yeah,
does.
I'd
Which
go
is
Baltimore.
The rest of the world. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Baltimore's going to just blow them up and surprise them.
Out Baltimore. So
there's gonna
actually,
be one game
so
that's-
actually, we're 3-3 here. I mean, Baltimore, you're Cincy.
I roll Cincy.
Yeah.
There's going to be one. It's not going to be chalk. It's going to go. There'll be one upset here.
Nobody likes a Bengals.
Somebody's
like
going
the
to
Bengals.
get
Nobody likes the Ravens either.
I don't
though.
like it. I don't like it. If they had Lamar, I'd be all about Baltimore. That's it.
Oh yeah, Lamar, and that spread would be
Yeah.
different if
It
Lamar
would
was
be a
on.
lot different.
Hey, I'll tell you,
Totally different.
the upset's gonna be this next one.
Whoa.
Wait. We're talking Skylar Thompson.
Let's
Wait, this is wait, hold on. This is the guy that said TCU was coming back in the second half.
Jack in it.
He's out there smoking cig of weed.
We're talking Skylar Thompson, the most accurate quarterback in the NFL.
According to Tyreek Hill.
According to Tyreek Hill,
Like a
yeah.
revolving door.
According to the cheetah.
I got money in my pocket right now. Let's go. I will give you the point. What's the points?
13.5. Dude, I think Allen's going to put 40 piece up.
That's
And
a
then be
lot.
out of the game in the third quarter.
I think Allen's going to do a backflip
Okay,
into
just
the
for
end
the
zone on
sake
just one.
of what we're doing, Buffalo's got the quarterback, obviously.
Yeah.
Buffalo's got.
The receiver. What?
Singletary.
Oh no! You go back to that.
I know.
Dolphins probably
Hold on.
because they said something today. Was it Jalen Waddle was a top 5?
What difference
Yeah.
does it make if they don't have a
For
quarterback
receiving.
throwing the ball?
That's the catch.
But that's where
What
that's
difference does it
again.
make?
What we
Tyreek
talked-
Hill does nothing.
I don't
to-
get no. Aside
What
from
we
that,
talked about
we've got the
earlier.
better wide receiver.
But you can't really say that's an
Miami.
advantage for them.
Diggs,
They got to
dude.
get the ball. Someone's
Miami.
not getting-
So
Diggs.
I know. Is he better than Tyreek and Waddle? I would say no.
Diggs,
I'd say
Diggs
no.
is stud.
Diggs
two
is
of them.
great.
Diggs is
but there's
good,
two of them.
but you got two.
You can't.
difference
You
does
can't
it
say
make?
that.
Are you
but-
saying he's
hey.
better than 2?
For the sake of analytics, Chris.
It comes back to what we talked about earlier. Anybody with a receiver that can go up and make these spectacular catches, anybody can throw the ball up.
So is it on McDaniel to scheme that though? Because McDaniel's got to put those boys in space to give them to let them run.
McDaniel, to me, doesn't.
I like him though.
I'm taking Buffalo big.
I see
Cover
Miami
this.
throwing the ball.
We are
That's
through
him.
the analytics.
Definitely
Miami's
Buffalo.
going to throw the long ball the whole game. That's the
I
only way
pick
we got.
Okay, go ahead.
Buffalo.
Receivers.
I
I'm going to
pick
give Dolphins a
Give
receiver.
Dolphins a
Okay,
receiver.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Running
give-
backs.
You have to go
Yeah,
Singletary.
Of course.
You gotta go
Right,
Singletary.
and then they've got a rookie too, Cook.
Yeah.
He's a pretty.
He's
I don't
been
know where
really
he's
He
at.
played last
I don't
last
know,
game.
but
He
he's been
was-
running.
Yeah,
He's stud.
He's quick.
Yeah.
He's a little dude, but he's quick. But defense, I think it's got to be Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo's pretty tough.
You know,
Hands
but I will
down
say that
Buffalo.
Miami does have, and granted, I sit next to a Miami Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
All day long, so I get to hear about every single one.
Hey, Rocky.
What up, Rock?
What's up, Rock?
Rocky.
Miami does have a few players that he's shown me that do have high tackles,
Yeah.
high or low percentage as far as completions go. But I still think Buffalo has a unit.
See, that's
Who's
what,
that? Who's that D end or linebacker? I can't remember which one he is. He's a stud.
Out of the 3 games, though, I think that would be my upset pick.
Miami.
Miami and Buffalo.
For real.
And you're calling Buffalo
Okay.
over Cincinnati?
What up?
Hold on, because
I'm not saying no. I'm not
We've
saying.
got two more.
I
We got
picked
two more
Buff-
check marks that you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm stupid. I'm not picking
No,
Miami.
I picked Buffalo. I picked
Okay,
Buffalo.
okay.
I'm saying out of the 3 games,
That's
I
what
think
you see.
That's the biggest
That's-
chance for an upset.
That
I mean,
would
that's
be
the-
the biggest
that
upset.
would be
Yeah,
No, I don't
that
mean
would
it'd be the biggest
So that's-
upset.
that's
I'm
the
saying
That is your upset.
for yes,
Right.
that
That's
would be.
yours.
So that's
my
the piece
upset.
right there because you got to factor in that crowd in Buffalo gonna be rocking.
Not
Oh,
only
yeah.
that,
No, dude.
They're gonna be
What's the
rocking.
weather
The
expected?
Mafia
gonna be
that's
cold.
exactly what I was looking up because the last I checked, it wasn't Brady.
Well,
And they're
the Dolphins, they don't
Right,
like
they're
to
an
swim in the
80
winter.
right now.
They can't handle
Right.
it.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be cold in Buffalo. I don't think it's supposed to be snowing.
Some lake effect snow.
Cold.
That Mafia is gonna be
Tyreek
rocking.
can play in the snow.
All right,
Oh, the Mafia's gonna
The
be.
Mafia's gonna be
So
rocking.
snow,
yeah.
snow tonight, 23 for a high on Saturday, 30 for a high on Sunday.
I'm telling you.
And I think
I'm telling you.
they're the early game.
Yeah,
They're the
nothing.
new
Hamlin's
Nothing
going to be
to
on
Miami.
What's in Miami right now? It's 85 degrees in Miami.
Hamlin's going to be there, and they're going to play
Come on.
balls out.
All right, so yeah, last check mark was what's their like.
He'll be there.
Motivation.
You know he's going to be there.
They've got the best storyline.
Give
in
him two
the
checks.
NFL.
They do right now.
Give them
They
2
do.
check marks.
Yeah.
2 check marks.
I think that's
Yeah.
why you got to
Yeah.
take
And
it.
2
That's-
for DeMar.
You know he's
You
going to
think
be
that's-
there.
You're right. That would be the biggest upset.
I'm not.
But
That's
only
not.
because
That's
it's
not
so
what I'm saying.
lopsided,
I'm
bro.
not saying
Hey.
that's going to be the biggest. That would be the biggest upset. I'm saying out of these 3 games, to me, that's the.
Yeah, oh yeah, for
And
sure.
as Chiefs fans,
That's
we
your
would
pick
root-
is the
we would
upset.
root
That's
for
the
it as
upset.
Chiefs fans.
That's his upset pick.
We want
In the
Over
Buffalo.
the Ravens?
That's who Cam took.
Yeah.
Cam took
Over
the
the
Dolphins.
Ravens.
Cam took the Dolphins to the Super Bowl.
Do we want Dolphins?
Oh,
to
what
win?
a-
Hell yeah, I want the Dolphins
Yeah.
to win. I don't want to see Buffalo.
I'm not.
again.
I don't want
I mean,
the
as a
Dolphins.
Chiefs
to
fan,
win. I don't want the Dolphins.
we want
As
the-
a Chiefs
we want
fan,
Buffalo
yeah,
and Miami
you
to
want the
win.
Bengals and the
And as
Bills.
a Chiefs fan, I
As
want
a Chiefs
Tyreek
fan, you
at
guys
home. I want Tyreek
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
the city.
Exactly.
But no.
But I picked Buffalo. All right.
So we're going Buffalo, Cincy, and we're going Chargers. Damn, Chargers
that's-
Chiefs
that's-
rematch.
Is that who we would play?
Yeah,
If Cincy wins, yes. If Cincy doesn't win, then Baltimore.
Yeah, because then it all.
Yeah, that's what
But
happened. Yeah, it'd be.
For the sake of what we're doing,
Guys,
we're
that's a
just going
tough
to
game. Chargers at home. I still.
Did you hear what my man just said?
What?
He said Chargers.
No, I was just saying.
Damn, Bob.
That's who you guys are going to end up
Oh, I
seeing,
thought-
most likely.
I thought you was
What was
picking
the score of the
No,
last?
no.
What was the score of the Chargers?
I think the
game?
Steelers fan needs to go.
No.
The Steelers fans go over there.
That's tough.
Yeah, they're both pretty close. I can't remember if the first one was 5 or 3.
I'd seen somebody that said we're frauds this year because some of our, I can't remember, 5 or 6 of our games were won by less than 7 points this year. So they were
That's
balling.
cool.
I mean,
6 or 7 of our starting defensive players are rookies. I mean,
McCole Hardman hadn't played since week 3, 4.
Basically, our entire secondary.
We went
Yeah.
one or two. We went one
Well,
or two
what-
games without a receiver.
What 2 games? Everybody in the backfield or the secondaries was a rookie.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 games under the belt rookies.
And if that was the logic, then you would say that the Denver Broncos were 3 points worse than we are. And everybody just
What do you- so
well, I mean, we beat them by 3 points.
So look,
Well, yeah, I
Let's be
guess.
real.
we're gonna go ahead and fast forward. Put the Chiefs on in the
Are we
next-
going to keep going?
Let's keep rolling.
Yeah.
Go all the way through them?
Yeah, so
We're
we
just-
got Casey
Yeah,
and
take KC.
let me
KC
ask you
got
what
that.
let me ask you what that spread would be right there. The Chargers sliding the Chargers in there.
6 or 7. Because you get 3 at home.
3 for home.
3 for home. I would say about another 3
I'd say
4.
7.
The Chargers don't want to play in Kansas City
They
in the
don't.
middle of January, bro. They're an indoor stadium team. They're not going to like this at all. I bet it's a 6 or 7 point spread.
And the first
I'm going 6 7.
and the first game after a rest week.
Yeah.
You don't-
Oh, Andy
Oh,
Reid.
Randy Reed's
Yeah.
Andy Reid started after the bye.
Yeah. After the bye, he's
Well, let's
tough.
talk about the Chiefs here.
Yeah, since we're on the Chiefs.
Oh no! Can we move on to the NFC, please?
Let's go first round for the
Let's
NFC.
go.
Hold on. Let's
Okay.
talk about your sheet here first. All right. So I was looking at it. I think we need to take a point off of Kansas City's offensive line and put it in our running back room.
Well, that's possible. I could possibly see that. So what I did is I did 1 through 10, just power rankings.
Yeah.
I sent it to you guys. I mean, I feel like our offensive line is the biggest asset we have, other than our quarterback. That's my opinion. You disagree? Do you?
Our running back
even
group's
with
pretty.
I think right,
Say
right
even with
now.
2 Sooners on our offensive line? You agree?
I think Orlando Brown is the biggest fault of our offensive line.
If he's the biggest fault, we're in a good spot. Because he's good, dude.
He's good, but he makes a lot of mistakes.
Joe Tooney doesn't. Creed Humphreys doesn't.
Creed Humphreys.
Trey Smith may be the best steal that ever happened for us, ever.
I'm just saying.
The only my opinion is
I think a
Andrew Wiley
9.
on the
I think a
front.
9
Wiley?
is fair.
Yeah.
I think a 9 is fair.
9's fair.
And
Do
I
you think
think-
the running back room should be up an 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think now that Clyde's out, now that you've taken Clyde out of the picture, and now you're running with Pacheco. Pacheco's a lot stronger.
Him and McKinnon switching out.
It
I
reminds
think
you of-
keep him fresh.
It reminds you of Zeke and Pollard, almost.
Yeah.
About you got thunder, you got lightning.
Yeah.
You know, McKinnon out that backfield, boy.
The only thing about McKinnon I don't like
Yeah.
is whenever they try to run an option, and he's over to the side. I don't like that. It never works out.
Pacheco's gonna get you 70 just by him running. And
He
that's
runs
something that
hard, too. God, he
that's
runs
something
hard.
that we have missed is a hard.
He's like our Willie Gay on offense.
Yeah.
I like seeing him hit, get hit, and
And bounce.
jump up and throw the ball down and be right. He'll run back to the huddle. Man, he's a beast.
I would agree with you. And I actually had our running back room higher, but then I got to Cincinnati and I thought, Joe Mixon is probably the most solid running back in our division other than Eckler. But but the reason that it was tough for me was because with 2 running backs, that system seems to work a lot better for us.
Right.
And I don't know that there's another team that has that
A
duo.
dual back.
No, we rotate them a lot,
Because
and that's good.
Eckler does both.
And Etienne was like right there on the cusp of being great, but he just hasn't. He's still young. I don't know. He's small.
I like McKinnon Pacheco a lot.
And what's the third string cat?
Cook.
No.
Rojo,
Yeah.
Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones.
Oh, Jones.
I mean, you could. Second back?
Ronald Jones the second.
Oh, yeah. So what
And
you
number
figure? Me and Trevor talked earlier. He's that dude you put in there at third
Third
one
one.
Yeah,
and just let him go bruise some people
Yep.
and pick up that
he
day.
gets you your
He
3
only
yards.
gets 2 or 3 carries
Yep.
a
Yeah.
game.
That's all he needs.
Yeah.
That's all he needs.
I have our defensive backs. Still talking about Kansas City, of course. Defensive backs is our probably our biggest weakness. And it's
I agree with
because of
that.
Experience.
Right.
That scares me a lot. That's why I really want Cincinnati to lose.
Right.
Yeah, we get outran quite often.
McDuffie's looks promising though.
He does.
He's a rook. He's still a rook.
Yeah, for this year, but I'm just saying long term wise.
Yeah. When I got to defensive backs and linebackers, I lumped them together. But I think our linebackers, I don't know that there's a better duo.
No, they're good.
And
Chanel and Bolton. I like
You
Chanel.
see,
I like
you
Bolton.
see, you pretty much see Bolton on every
Bolton,
single
yeah,
tackle.
yeah.
He
Oh,
runs around.
That
You
guy
see
covers
him.
He covers
broke
the
the
field.
record.
I know, but you see him everywhere. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
It's always like, goddamn, what the hell's he? He's over there again. I mean, he's always in it.
That dude
always.
covers a lot of ground, left to right.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, I see him
Everywhere.
every play.
Yeah.
You see them. You see them dreadlocks flying.
Oh yeah.
Defensive line, I mean, we've got
Well,
one
like
of the
they
best
said,
in the league.
They like
I
him
mean,
so much. He's calling
You
defense.
talk about
now.
MVP
Yeah.
candidates.
They're letting him
defensive
call
player of
him.
the year.
I'm good with it.
Chris
Yeah.
Jones is going to win a defensive
But you know what's
player of the year,
crazy
too.
about our defensive line? Normally, you see these defensive lines; they pay all the money for the outside rushing
Yeah.
linemen.
D ends and stuff like that.
Our interior defensive line just disrupts everything.
Chris Jones, whenever
Chris
you can
Jones,
see,
dude.
you can see him when he makes it through the line because he's such a monster.
Yeah.
He's so big, but he's got him.
Quick.
The quarterbacks they don't have a chance.
No.
What's the
Dunlap's the
status
other
on
one.
Clark though? Is he?
Groin injury, but
yeah,
I don't.
but we got 2 weeks. It was,
Yeah.
It was something to work through, but I don't know
It
what
wasn't
it
major
was.
or
I don't think it
I'm
was major.
sure he'll be back for playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure for
Or
playoffs.
Loftus is making
I think
Yeah.
even with
Like Dunlap, I'm
without-
liking Dunlap anymore. That guy's awesome.
He's huge. He's tall.
Yes.
Tall.
Batted passes. I'd like to see the
No,
bad.
no.
I'd like to see the bad.
I thought we were doing a minute with Mitch or something. Talking about straight up Chiefs. I thought we were talking about what was
All
going
right,
on
we'll go ahead and
with the
move this.
playoff pick.
Venue at Arrowhead, you can't. I mean, there's only a
That's
couple
KC.
places that are on the same level. And coach Andy Reid,
Right.
I don't care if you're a Chiefs fan or not, you gotta at least admit
Just-
he's one
yeah,
of the best coaches
yeah.
that's ever.
Throw him a cheeseburger. He good.
I may not be a
Yeah.
Chiefs fan, but
And then
they
on why,
are.
the why thing
they
I
are
really
good.
did want to, I really do want to ask you about. What do you think motivates? We've already established Mahomes as the MVP.
Right.
What do you think motivates the Chiefs? What do you think pushes them this year to get through the playoffs?
They're mad from last year. They
Yeah.
are mad because they want revenge against Cincy.
Yep.
They want Cincy back.
They
at
think
home.
they should have been there.
They
and
should
they
have
didn't
won
make it.
last year. And they should.
And then they're also the big right now. The big deal's the Buffalo overtime rule change this year.
right.
Everybody's saying they didn't deserve to be there
Well, and I think
because
also,
it's overtime. Did it?
I also think your leader of the team is young and hungry, and
Right.
he's leading that
Yep.
group. I mean, he's got ambitions of being
Right.
the best
The-
that ever did it. I mean, he's not thinking about this year. Yeah, he wants Super Bowls. I mean, records and
Yeah.
everything.
And I
else.
think they keep getting pissed because people don't give them no respect.
Nope.
I mean, you listen to every
Yeah.
talk show. They
Tyreek
give
leaves
Brady. They
Chiefs
give
Well, you
every
still
excuse.
you're talking
100%.
You're talking in the
Mahomes
playoffs.
heard all that stuff about
Yeah.
he'll leave it, and look what he did.
Well, right now you're still talking in the playoffs. Well, they lost Tyreek Hill and they're doing
Right.
just fine. Okay, he's gone. That's 20
the first
games
thing
ago
they said.
now. We're
14
good.
and 3.
That's the first thing they
Yeah.
said though.
Right.
Whenever
Yep.
Tyreek left is Chiefs.
They're done.
No,
Well, if you look at all the
I
analysts,
knew that
everybody
one.
picked the Chiefs last in division, last in everything, and
I think when you put all that together, you just got this personal. I think it's going to me. And this is just me being Chiefs.
I think it shows to me. I mean, I hate to say it, Tyreek's a stud,
Right.
but honestly, picking him every time actually hurt us more than anything because you always went there. That was
What
guaranteed. kill.
Kelsey's numbers look like this year?
Mahomes
They-
spreads the ball
He
around
does.
so much.
So it wasn't
that-
like like they always said, he stretched the field, which opened up the middle for Kelsey. But he still got his numbers this year, and so.
Yeah,
But we
Kelsey's
didn't.
different.
I mean, we can all agree we didn't have a deep threat this year. We didn't see the bombs this year like we did
Nope.
last year. But it didn't affect him.
But he took
Nobody
the
hit.
15
Oh,
yards.
he hit
the
everybody
20s.
that could receive a
Right.
football.
Well,
But I think that's what they thought is that
Everybody that could catch. He
A
threw
lot,
it
a
to.
lot of it I saw too, though, is he'd go everywhere, and if he was in a 3rd and long or like a clutch play, he'd find Kelsey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just somehow Kelsey be in the middle, 9 yards out,
Right.
and guess what? We got a first down.
You had Kels, and you
That's
had
all you needed.
And you had McKinnon.
Yep.
Come out the back.
Yep.
So you had one of the two.
So are we all agreeing that no matter, because I mean,
Yeah.
it's either gonna be the Chargers or the
Right.
Bengals is what we're looking at
Go,
there,
go ahead and move.
right? Are we thinking Kansas City moves through?
Yeah.
I think so.
Even though we're all Chiefs fans, well, what do you think?
You're a Steelers
yeah.
fan.
You're a Steelers fan. Give us your
Outside looking in.
non-biased.
he's got KC moving on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
If I had
mean,
an ugly towel to shake,
all
I'd
these
shake it with
games
you.
aren't going to be. They're not going to be cakewalks. I mean, obviously, I think that's going to be a
There's
tough
gonna be a
game.
lot of good games.
That's going to be a tough game.
But I
There's gonna be
will.
a lot of good
I was listening to talk radio on the way here, and they're talking about Brandon Staley's jobs like on the line.
Already?
Man,
This is
And-
first year, isn't it?
I know. But and
Well,
I
how
didn't
many
even
been
think-
fired so far?
Shit.
3? Is there
Well-
3 that got lost a job this year so far?
Yeah,
Loving
I
it.
mean, he's in
Kingsbury.
Kingsbury, yeah, he's gone.
yeah, but is that because Peyton's on Peyton, and then now you got McVay that might move or whatever?
Oh, he
quit?
said he's staying.
Oh, he
McVay
did?
said he's
I
He's
thought
staying,
finally
yeah.
said okay.
Kingsbury,
Bellini's leaving this
Kingsbury
year?
had a lot of talent to lose that much.
Well, but then old boy getting hurt. Hurts
Yeah.
him too, but yeah.
But yeah, so that puts us in the AFC Championship game.
Yep.
If we win that one.
Oh yeah.
In-
It's almost a guarantee.
So then that
Chiefs
puts-
will be in the championship.
So
game.
that puts Buffalo and Cincinnati.
That's the one I want to see.
I got
That's
Cincy.
the one.
Beat
That
up
should-
on each other and
Yes.
I mean, I don't think they're going to end up seeing Cincinnati, but yeah, Buffalo
They
sees
would.
Cincinnati. I think it's going to be a good game, but
It
Buffalo
would be
pulls it out.
Chiefs. It would be Chiefs and Chargers if it plays out,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
and then it'd be Buffalo and Cincinnati
Buffalo,
if it plays
Cincy.
out.
Yeah.
Which is like the storyline, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
That's the rematch.
the game that never
Yeah.
happened.
yep,
Here it is. And it's
you
in
know,
Buffalo.
It's in Buffalo.
yep.
Yeah.
And I'm picking Cincy.
You picking Cincy? Yeah.
I took Cincy.
I'll
I
tell you
took
what,
Cincy.
the game that was played so far, Cincy was handling it.
Oh, they were
pretty-
rolling.
They were
Buffalo's
handling
on
it.
that.
Buffalo's
That's the
got
thing. It's in Buffalo.
Yeah.
In Buffalo.
They've got way too much riding on that, too much motivation.
Because your boy Hamlin's going to be at that one too.
I'm telling you,
He's going to be there.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
want
they'll
to
be
play
there.
them this next game because Hamlin's going to be there. They're going to be fired.
Oh, they're going to be
I
jammed.
don't know. I could, that's
He's
what,
gonna be
me
center
and somebody
field.
talked about it the
Yeah.
other day. It's
That
either
poor
going to
Miami
go one
team.
or two ways.
They're too
I
jammed.
mean,
I
it's,
could see that game being a coin flip. No points either direction.
oh, yeah.
I could see that game being just a
right.
straight up.
A
straight
toss,
up
a
haul
pick 'em.
it,
Yeah.
pick 'em. Did you see that?
I could see it. I could see it. Because Cincy's that good. But, dude,
They're
I'm
gonna,
like, yo, Hamlin's going to be in the
Yeah.
place. That place is going to be electric.
you know, they're going to have an hour and a half of
Cheer.
cheering,
Yeah.
first responders. I mean, everybody's just going to be fired up, ready to go.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
make
gonna
this
be-
happen. I mean, it's going to be nuts.
Can I just say, like,
But
if
you,
you look
got to think too, though. Okay, so Hamlin doesn't play for Cincy, of course, but
Right.
since he was in that same game,
Oh yeah. No, I get it.
True.
they want the same thing.
No, everybody. I mean, everybody's proud of the same thing. I mean, I'll
Because
give you
if
that.
Cincy would have won that game, they would have had an opportunity to get the 2 seed,
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe even the 1 seed.
Yeah.
They didn't know if the Chiefs were going to win.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but everybody else knew.
The one seed
I
was,
mean,
Listen, Bo.
But
Bo,
the
there
one
was a chance.
but the
There
one
was a
seed
It was
was
a-
it was
It
a
wasn't
very
locked
slim
up.
chance.
It was a
locked up.
possibility.
It wasn't locked up.
Yeah. I'm going Buffalo. I mean, I still think Buffalo's going to take Cincy out. It's going to be a close
Right.
game, and I think it may come down to the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter.
I want
Really?
the I want
Yeah,
the
whoever's got the ball last is
You want
what's
Buffalo
probably
again?
going to be.
You want Cincy?
I want Cincy, but
I want
dude,
Cincy.
but smart money's gonna say roll Buffalo. They got
Yeah.
more. They got
I think-
more.
I think
line.
Josh-
honestly, if I had to pick two, I wouldn't want Cincy too.
I think Josh
I
Allen's
That
going to put on
playoff
a
game
show.
last year against Buffalo,
I want
did we
Cincy.
deserve to win that game?
I think so
That was
too.
tough.
I think it's going to be a great game, and I think Bass is going to
Did we
kick the
deserve to
winning
win it?
field goal.
I mean, did we
Yep.
deserve to win it?
I'm just saying, like,
I really
13 seconds left, he comes back and we snuck that one out. But does that help us also playing indoors against Buffalo on that fast track with everything else. I think that's advantage Kansas City too if we play Buffalo.
That just
I was
shows
just gonna
that
say,
you can't ever count
The
Kansas City
disparity
out.
between quarterback talent in the AFC compared to the
Oh,
NFC right
night
now
and day.
Oh
is
yeah,
just huge. I mean, you even throw Lamar Jackson in there.
and
like,
it's not just
wow.
quarterbacks. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a whole different
Well,
ball.
it's almost like you got
It's gonna be
offense
boring whenever
and
we get over
defense.
to the
I was
end.
gonna
We
say,
should have started
yeah,
I
with the
think that's-
NFC.
You've almost got.
Yeah.
That's the deal. You've got an AFC's offense. Let's
do the
score some points.
we'll
Let's
do
run
the
the ball.
NFC.
Flip it.
You're gonna have to
NFC
edit the
is
NFC to the front.
We'll do the NFC on Monday.
NFC's we're gonna knock you down. We're gonna blow
Who
you out.
cares about the
So are we
NFC?
needing to pick a winner there?
All right. So that's it. So that's
All right,
it.
is the NFC playing?
Buffalo,
Buffalo, everybody
Kansas
going
City.
Buffalo?
Yeah.
No,
Buffalo, Kansas City.
I went
Yeah.
Cincy.
I'm cool.
Well, yeah, but as a group, are we going Buffalo? I
I'm
mean,
going Cincy. I mean,
majority
we Buff,
Buff.
majority
It's
Buffalo.
what Trent's saying. It's a group.
you going Cincy?
-1 is what he's doing.
Man.
We are going. So are we
I,
all going
I got
think
Buffalo.
I think it's going to be
I'll
Buffalo.
go
I think they're
Buffalo,
playing with so
Buffalo,
much
Buffalo.
heart.
He says Cincy. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Buffalo against
I'll go
Cincy?
Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm going Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I don't think it's going to be any
so.
kind
As
of
a majority,
blowout.
we're
No.
Buffalo.
But I think Buffalo will pull it out.
So that gives us to the last one.
Yeah.
A rematch from what? 01 or
Kansas City and Buffalo.
21. Yeah, we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
And
there.
this is
It's
and
gonna
this
be-
is and this is where it gets tough. This is the
This
stuff
is
that I was
tough.
looking at that makes you tough because most people have Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen as the top two quarterbacks in the whole NFL.
Right. It's
Yeah,
a
sure.
because they are.
That's a wash.
Because they
For sure.
are. For sure.
Between our tight ends, and that's why I put the tight end with the wide receiver because I feel like the Chiefs tight end versus Buffalo's tight
Yeah.
end, that's more of a receiver than it is. If
Yeah.
you put Travis Kelce
Indeed.
and you Diggs, then you've
Dude,
got
line Travis
Gabrielle,
Kelsey up against a
that-
corner and he'll
Gabrielle
beat him all
Davis
day.
Well, yeah, you can-
versus
you-
Juju, versus,
Yeah.
you know, and you start
Yeah.
stacking those. It's pretty damn even.
It is.
Juju.
Then you go running back room. I think
Chiefs got that.
I think
Oh,
the Chiefs
for
have
sure.
that
sure.
by a mile. My opinion.
I'll take the
I
two
don't
we
think
got
Why'd you
against
put
anybody.
at Buffalo?
Two.
Oh,
I don't think
Oh, yeah.
Singletary
Uh,
is anything
He's not that
near
guy.
Yeah, I
what
agree.
that guy is.
I think if everybody's 100%,
Offensive line though,
they're gonna
they got a
stop
pretty good offensive line. Defensive line, theirs is pretty good.
Singletary, he'll surprise you every once in a while, though.
he'll break through hard.
I'll
but
take Pacheco on them one
Oh,
all day.
I
For
think they have
sure.
an advantage on
For sure.
defensive backs, and
I
I
think
think,
Pacheco-
Oh, yeah.
we have I
McKinnon?
think we have an advantage on linebackers. But they've got what's the Milano?
Milano, yep.
He's pretty good inside
Yep.
linebacker.
Milano's
The
badass.
coach is very similar. The venue's very similar. Why they want to win? I think Buffalo
So-
has the trump card with
So, Jeremy,
Lamar. You
Yeah.
know, like that's the
Yeah.
motivation. It's
Back
pretty-
up
That's the
one. Back
complete
up one.
motivation through the whole playoffs.
Because we just said venue is similar, but we're now playing in Atlanta.
and that's
That's going to be
where-
the.
I'd
depends
have
on
to look back and
when
see
you
how
look in
they
the
did it
stands.
on
It
a-
depends on what color shirts everybody's
Right.
wearing.
That's going to be the.
Does the
catch.
field conditions, the turf inside, does that help us a little bit more? I mean,
No.
a faster track, or is that more of a Buffalo? They would like the outside and the
I
grass
think
and everything else.
I think condition wise, Kansas City and Buffalo are.
They're even.
Even matchup.
Even match.
It's
Can
No,
you
no,
put
but it's
conditions
Atlanta.
wise? Yeah.
But it's-
I know that's what I'm saying. Conditions you can't.
Well, the only thing you're going to get in
Can't
Kansas
get
City,
the one in or
advantage
out.
into one.
between
There's
Kansas and
no
New York,
advantage.
you don't get lake effect snow in Kansas City. Other than that, temperature, cold, windy,
Same deal.
all of it.
It's Missouri team, dude. I mean,
No,
we
it's
can
gonna-
see
no.
all seasons in one day.
It's going to come down to did they call pass interference on this play to kick the field goal? That type
Well,
of
with
thing.
our
It's
young-
gonna
Well, then we're screwed.
With our young quarterback safeties are getting a lot of those.
All right, let's take a break. Break time.